In part 2 of our discussion of veterans in the justice system, we'll be talking about how incarceration can affect other VA benefits as well, like education, training, and healthcare. Let's talk about healthcare first. How does incarceration affect VA healthcare? Incarcerated veterans do not forfeit their eligibility for medical care. However, current regulations restrict VA from providing hospital and outpatient care to an incarcerated veteran who is an inmate in an institution or another government agency when the agency has a duty to give the care or services. In other words, if you're getting healthcare from the prison, for example, then VA healthcare is no longer accessible. This does not apply to veterans who are released from a prison or jail into a temporary housing program, such as a community residential reentry center or halfway house. VA may provide care once the veteran has been released from the penal institution.
And next we'll move on to talking about how incarceration can affect educational benefits. So first, beneficiaries that are incarcerated for anything other than a felony can receive full monthly benefits. Convicted felons residing in halfway houses, also known as residential reentry centers, or participating in work release programs can also receive full monthly benefits. However, claimants incarcerated for a felony conviction can only be paid the cost of tuition, fees, and necessary books, equipment, and supplies. And then VA cannot make payments for tuition, fees, books, or equipment or supplies if another federal, state, or local program pays these costs in full.
Incarceration may have some effects on veteran readiness and employment, or VR&E. Incarcerated veterans may receive all of the services and assistance needed to succeed in his or her planned vocational rehabilitation program. This includes vocational testing and evaluation, payment of tuition, fees, books, supplies, and reader service, tutorial assistance, employment services, and any other educational expenses. Services are provided based on the veteran's unique circumstances, and the extent of services provided depends on where the veteran is currently being held and if he or she can be an active participant.
According to VA's internal manuals, VR&E payments for other training expenses, such as supplies and books, are released only after the authorization for tuition and fees has been prepared. But it's also important to note that incarcerated veterans are not eligible to receive subsistence allowance under 38 U.S.C. 3108 G1. If the veteran has a running subsistence allowance award, that award has to be suspended upon incarceration. Further, incarcerated veterans are not eligible to receive EAA. However, EAA is available to aid the veterans in making a transition from training to employment when residing in a residential reentry center or participating in a work release program.
All right, that wraps up part 2 of our discussion of arrest, convictions, and incarceration and their impact on VA disability benefits. In part 1, we talked about monthly compensation. In part 2, we discussed other VA benefits that might be impacted. In part 3, we'll talk about apportionment, or how eligible spouses and dependents can continue to receive a portion of an incarcerated veteran's compensation. Then we'll wrap up with a quick list of tips for what to do after incarceration.
And just as a quick reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe for more VA tips and updates.